Good evening, ma'am. Photo, 1 minute. We'll have to take some snaps also. Yes. Just redo it in the action video. Yes, he's coming. Read all the lines. Yeah. Read. You're taking.
So you may all be seated. A very good evening to all and a warm welcome. Ma'am has got a... Sorry, ma'am?
I just wanted to know whether it's a recording.
Yes, ma'am. I think we are streaming it live as well.
Okay.
Has the streaming started here? Okay. So you can all smile. Okay. Wonderful that we have a leader with us. So a very good evening to all of you once again. It's an absolute honor to welcome a distinguished leader and an inspiration to many, Ms. P.C. Thenmozhi, I.P.S. With an illustrious career in law enforcement, she's been at the forefront of upholding justice, ensuring safety, and driving positive change in society. She has a whole list of credentials, and that's the reason I'm having this paper with me. It's a little difficult to memorize everything. Ms. Thenmozhi has held several key positions throughout her career, including Superintendent of Police for Perambalur, Coimbatore, Krishnagiri, and Theni districts, ensuring law enforcement and public safety at the district level. SP for specialized units, including Southern Range, Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, Civil Supply CID, and Economic Offences Wing Chennai, where she handled vigilance, fraud investigation, and organized crime. Key positions in the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, where she served as SP, Head of Branch, Economic Offences Wing Chennai, and DIG, Head of Branch, Anti-Corruption Bureau Chennai, leading high-profile corruption and economic crime investigations. During her stint as DIG Kanchipuram Range, a noteworthy moment in her career was her instrumental role in managing the Ati Varada Darshan in 2019. I'm sure you're all aware of it, must have heard about it. A rare religious event in Kanchipuram that attracted millions of devotees over 48 days. As the senior police officer overseeing security and crowd management, she ensured safety of pilgrims, implemented strategic traffic and law enforcement measures, and coordinated seamlessly with multiple agencies to facilitate a smooth and secure experience for devotees. She was also recognized with a medal for her exemplary service. She has also served as the Additional Commissioner of Police North Zone, Chennai, where she played a pivotal role in maintaining law and order in one of India's major metros. She has also been the Inspector General of Police for the Crime Branch, Crime Investigation Department, popularly known as CBCID, in Chennai, overseeing critical investigations across the state. Currently, Ms. Thenmozhi serves as the Inspector General of Police and Additional Director at the Tamil Nadu Police Academy, Vandalur, where she plays a crucial role in shaping the future of law enforcement by training and mentoring the next gen of police officers. Her contribution to public service has been widely recognized, and she is the recipient of multiple prestigious awards, including Uttamar Gandhi Medal in 2000, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's Medal for Outstanding Devotion to Duty 2007, President's Police Medal for Meritorious Service Republic Day 2017, Ativardhan Medal 2019, President's Police Medal for Distinguished Service at the Republic Day function in 2023. Her journey is a testament for resilience, excellence, and the power of leadership. Ma'am, on this special occasion, as we run up to the Women's Day, we are privileged to hear from her as she shares her insights and experience. Please join me in welcoming leader Ms. P.C. Thenmozhi.
Is it okay if we stand?
Yes, ma'am, please. Whatever is comfortable.
I would be comfortable standing so that your thought flow goes better. The lady members of I.P.S family, good evening to all.
Good evening, everyone.
Usually sports, this Women's Day will hotten up by 6th of March. Being a Saturday, it could have hottened up on 5th of March. Suddenly I find myself celebrating Women's Day much in advance. And when I heard it's a run up to the Women's Day, I was really happy. We are running up, we are not walking. Because ladies are not supposed to be running, isn't it? It happens. There are so many social constructs which are there, which are forced on us or just slipping into us over a period of time from the time of our birth. It happens. And don't think that it happens only in India. Okay. It happens in any part of the world. In any part, a woman is a woman. Whether you want to be or don't want to be. You are born into this biological body. So you have to have the plus and minus of those features that happens to you. I don't know how many of us had the chance of seeing this serial Crown. It's in Netflix still. I see it on and off. Like whenever I think of some situation, I knew some scenes which are related to it. That is actually the series made on Queen Elizabeth II. How she got coronated, how she came into this, and how she sustained in that post. She's a leader by herself. Think about being Queen Elizabeth. Great, isn't it? Sometimes people will say, "You Queen Elizabeth on the time." It happens. Buckingham Palace, we talk like that. But what happens is, she resents Buckingham Palace. She says, "I would like to be a housewife, a happy, contented individual. You have forced me into this. So my Uncle Edmund, you apologize to me." This is one scene in that. Whether it is true or not, whether it is depicting truth or not, but there is such a dimension. If there is such a dimension, think that every famous woman or man thinks that, why can't I have a simple life? And a simple woman or man thinks that, why can't I have a celebrity life? So it's look at the opposite bank and saying that, why can't I be that? That's the same with man or woman. If we are born here, we think that, yeah, I could have been A man that I could walk at 12 o'clock, have a smoke in the middle of Mount Road, and then go puffing out, and then go anywhere as I like. And I can work, I can come out, go. And a man may think, what is this? Everything falls on my stupid head. This lady is sitting at home. She's taking care of only the house, as if it's a very simple thing. But what is the actual problem, issue in this? As I said, Queen Elizabeth was also telling. She tells to Winston Churchill, her Prime Minister, one day, who have a difference in age of 60 years or 70 years roughly. She was a novice to the politics, whereas Winston Churchill has come after the victory of England over the World War II. Such an imposing figure. When you look at them itself, the difference would be very, very visible. So if you have not seen it, see it sometime and you will draw a lot of lessons. Not only that, pick up where you can learn. Don't look into things which are only for entertainment. Okay, coming back to this. So where do we lack that? Why at each other? It is because human race, the mankind, has failed to understand or failed to accept one thing. Each individual is unique. Each individual has got a talent of his or himself. It cannot be expected out of the other person. They have to be respected in their own selves. Just because I am good in something, I cannot be disrespecting or respecting another person who has or not has it. I am good in something. He or she need not be that. She has to be respected for what she is. That we have forgotten as a whole. We are trying to compete with each other. That was not the thing. We have given the social constructs which I said in the beginning. The man has to be like this. The woman has to be like this. I usually come with this so that people don't think about a policeman who's 5+ foot and then has only a broad chest line, slim waistline, looking very tough with a big mush. That's a social construct again. I'm a senior police officer with grey hair, aging. Yes, I'm a police officer who empower my department, who discharge my duties by my cerebral capacity. Because at this age it is enough for me. Wherever it is required, I can also contribute physically, but the demand will be lesser. But I will be no lesser than somebody else. I don't want to say a man, a police officer. Whatever is discharged or expected out of me, I should be capable of delivering. So don't think that just because a man is a man, he has to be courageous, he has to be bold, he has to work, he has to earn. And what has happened to the woman? The unique beauty of procreation has been bestowed upon us. Motherhood has been bestowed upon the women by nature. Biologically, it is a function which we can perform. So it's a beauty, it's something which we have to celebrate. You know something, it's also a weapon against us. It's also a weapon against us. If you recruit a woman, then you have to give her maternity leave. Or you have recruited 19 others who don't require maternity leave. So for their sake, this lady has to do it. Correct? It's not for 50% of the population, the reproduction goes on with the women. It's for the 100% of the population. If you go on strike, what happens to the mankind? 100% strike. That we are not calculating in commercial or business terms. We are not realizing that. Just because the employee number is this, it is not happening. It is a societal duty, obligation, which we are fulfilling. Otherwise, we are equal. So we are not giving the clarity. We are not accepting those things. We are not putting it in front and arguing it for ourselves. Because we don't realize that. We don't understand that. We are not putting it in correct perspective. And how come we can expect these poor men to understand that? You know something, men are really poor. Since there is no guys here, I'm very happy. This, I'll say that as a stupid lot. They have been working for 50% more of the population without much of talent, without much of quality and caliber attributed to them. Again, I have to revert to Crown. There is one character, Edmund. He abdicates the throne. In that, he is the uncle of Queen Elizabeth. I'm sorry, I'm reverting to it. He'll abdicate for a woman, for his lady love. That's what we think. They say that he is glorified in history as a person who abdicated the English throne for his lady love. But his queen mother, his mother will say, this is the guy who ran away from responsibilities and put it on the younger brother who was not even made ready for it. See, the internal dimensions are very different. And you know, the strongest character in that series is the Queen Mother. In your colloquial language, we call somebody called as Thai Kilavi. There is a song. Yeah. She is that. And you have so many Thai Kilavis behind your home, which you don't realize. Okay, coming back to that. Those stupid lot were working without realizing that they need not do that and we should share. Over a period of time, I don't know whether by our design or by their design, we came into the public platform. We came to the society. We started working, and we are in the state which has got highest number of women working in sectors of organized labor who have come out and have a proper earning. This is a state in the whole of India where highest number of women are in the social phase. In such a phase we are, but go back to that, we have come into the employment sector. We are supporting them in their income, in the family's economic growth. Earlier, they kept it as a domain. Whether they had the capacity or not, they struggled, they cried for years, hundreds and hundreds of years. They somehow claimed that they were bearing the brunt of it, and now we are coming to it. So you realize something, the rate at which we have come into the society, have they come into the domestic space? Yes? What's the truthful answer? No. Why it is not happening?
Because I think it's a woman's job to do it.
Yes. Again, we are stuck into the social construct, and who is not breaking it?
Woman.
Both. Don't put it on us. Both. No, this is a serious suggestion. Serious suggestion. Both of us are not realizing. Humankind is failing. Not womankind is failing. My starting line is humankind. So it's a group. We are living together. We are a society. If 10% is failing, 90% should raise up and bring them up. Don't think that 10% is responsible. 90% is equally responsible. You are not able to bring them on par. So here, the domestic space is still dominated by us. Is it dominated by us? Thrust as burden on us. Though we are contributing to the economy of the family, the state, the country, we are still burdened with the domestic space also. This is because not only the men are understanding, we ourselves are not understanding what is happening. It is at this stage we are today. There were 5 topics given to me by just a suggestion. And I would say all the 5 will be touching here and go, touching and giving it a go like. Women in leadership, that is where we take up crown. How a queen, a normal woman who was looking forward to at least 20 to 30 years of reign of her father, was put into being a queen suddenly. She has got married and had got only 2 kids. She was looking forward for some sort of settlement within the family, and she would like to then take the queendom. But it's thrust upon her. How she handles it. Women in leadership. Have you seen the interviews of Indra Nooyi? Yes. Indra Nooyi will also say that the networking among men is not happening among women. Men are capable of handling the boardroom games better with support of each other, though they may be digging behind one another. They weigh the chances. See, three of us are fighting for a position. Then the other two guys will make, okay, out of the other two, who's the best than me? Then I vote for him. Then we bargain things. That sort of seeing the practical thing and networking doesn't come. We take things more personally or more emotionally. We are sticking on to things without thinking about our capacity or capability in relation to others. The same thing is happening in not explaining the domestic burden to our own family members. We are trying to think that if I explain that, then I may be told to mind this only. I may not be left out of the home. I cannot project this as a burden on me. I have to balance both. So that sort of running, this generation is in that running. You are pioneers, you are bearing the cross more than you require to be. But there is something more also happening to us. There is a degree of abuse of this also. There is a degree of abuse of this also. Some of us, I won't say all of us, or most of us, some of us are trying to abuse the privileges for being a woman. We are trying to guard laziness into womanhood. We are trying to guard lethargy into this or procrastination into this. We are treating three spaces in a similar manner. One is your bedroom, that is your relationship with your intimate partner. Second one is your immediate family, that's your house. Once you come out of the door, that is the biggest world. But women have a tendency to be the same woman in all the three spaces without any distinction. That creates all these problems. So we have to realize that this is a different place. I had a Tamil teacher who taught me, a language teacher who taught me a very, very fine nuance when I was doing my college. She was a youngster who has been roped in as a teacher at a very young age. Immediately after finishing her PG, she came as a teacher. So the age difference may not be between we UG students are around 4 or 5 years. She comes with beautiful saris. At the age of 20 or 19, what is more? A teacher, very tall, with beautiful cotton saris, nothing like that. Ma'am, you enna sari pottu varanga. That was it. And this lady is speaking too good also. That is even more. And she speaks something which is in your language, which is close to your language, your thought process. So we used to admire her. And she used to give us a lot of works on that. And one day she gave us a role play. She made two of our students to act like a girl and a boy. And she said, you both are standing in a bus stop. Yes. Now that's a boy, you are a girl. Boy, you come and ask time to her. And he came and asked. Some sort of body language was there. And then this girl, no, she became blushing. She said, Terry, watch that. She's making up something. And then she said, okay, fine. She said another girl to come and ask. That's now a girl to girl asking. And then she came and asked, Patmani Penna. So that body language itself was very different. You know, teacher, no, she gave us a big slap, we should say. It was really very insulting. She said, when the girl was asking you, was so dominant, right? Yes. When the boy was asking, what was wrong with you? Nothing wrong. Why did you blush? That's how we are. Why should you blush? That's how we are. Is that how you are? You blush for, oh, there is some catch. What is happening? It should not happen in public place. It should happen only inside. It's in a room. All of us are mature enough to understand, right? So it's there. That's the only place you can be shy or you can be blushing. Outside that, if you have done a mistake, feel shy, feel sorry. Otherwise, how do you do that stance? Arey, what is this? Big realization. Yes, she's right. She said to us, if it is a man or a boy, you have more duty, you are more duty bound to look at him and tell the answer. You have to be more assertive than in the normal time so that your intentions are clearly made out. You ask me time, I'm telling you time. Try to be more casual. There is no need of this. Space and stance has to be appropriate. The more you come out of the door of your house, this has to be more adhered to. Are we clear in that? Are we clear in that? See, now we have seen two situations. I said that we have come out, we are in the social space, and the men are yet to catch up in the domestic phase. Yes, we are pioneers, we are bearing more cross, but some of us are abusing or allowing it to be misused. These three inferences we have done, and most of you are nodding your head. Am I right? I am not making any conclusions here, right? Fine. In that situation, why is it happening? It is because our understanding levels are different. As I said, the values are thrust upon the women. And we are not trying to come out of it. We are not explaining it to the other half of the society that they are equally important for us. If it is not there, I am not there. Whatever is expected out of me has to be reciprocated from you. From where does it come? It comes from the family. Who is the best influencer in the family? We. All of us are one day or the other going to be mother or motherhood. And I have seen men who do have that capacity of, there is one word called Thenmozhi in Tamil. Hope most of you are understanding it. Thenmozhi means a man who could be a mother. That sort of men are also there, so don't leave them. The most best influencer of the family should have clarity in thought. It could be a mother, mostly it happens to be a mother. Because we have failed to nurture the fathers into that place. You are shouldering it because you have not brought up that man and told him that you have got equal rights and responsibilities. Of course, now we have started with paternity leave. Our gender policy must be talking about guys getting leave when his wife or there is a maternity leave on the other side. So that was not existing earlier. That is one thing. It is all coming out as a social outcome. So what more is looked out is, the more we look out as outcomes of correction measures from the society, the more should come also from within us. In our own families, what are we doing? If I have a son and a daughter, how am I educating and bringing him up? That matters. When there is a film slot which is going on, like a guy going behind a girl and singing a song, how do I interpret it to my child? Do I allow them to see it as such without any riders? Do I advise my daughter or sister, hey, don't go like this, fellows will be coming behind you? Or do I have the clarity to tell my son or brother, this is a stupid film, nobody does like this. And nobody should do like this. If he does this, he'll end up in prison. Whether that education starts from there. If it is not starting, please let us start. Let us have a conscious effort It has to the next generation can be changed only from the family. It cannot be in a bigger lot. Change comes out with change of each one. As a society, we have understood things, but as an individual, whether we have understood things and we are trying. Within a family, 4 to 5 members, whether we are on equal platform in the thought process of gender and gender stereotypes and gender freedom. Have we got that? Is there a common understanding among the 5 members? In the family itself, we have got different values for men and women, and how come I can expect it from the society? As women who are the carriers of the biggest cross, we have the responsibility to clear it also for our own daughters and granddaughters to come. We have to have the conscient thought process. We have an energy, we need not be doing it 24 hours. Wherever there is an opportunity, we should have an eye and knack to pick it up. Here it is going wrong. I'm intervening, I'm getting it. I'm making things clear, whether it is the family or in the office. I see to it that it is corrected. I need not be fighting over it and losing my peace and cool. That's not necessary. No, this is not the way it needs to be done. For these things you are doing like this, okay, this time I allow it. But next time, it should not be happening like this. It should be happening in this manner. That course correction should be effected in the family as well as in the social forums wherever we are in existence. It can be a bus, it can be a commercial space, it can be an office, wherever, or it can be a home. That realization should set in on March 8th, or even it is permitted to occur on March 4th, which is today. I find most of you being so serious. So I thought we'll break that. So it has to come from us. But you know, madam, these guys are always like this. So what is the point of maybe a room coming out like this? There is a gripping. Yes. Amongst us, how many of us got this realization around 5 years back? Some of us. 10 years back? Few of us. 20 years back? 1 or 2. Depends on her age and opportunity and challenge. Sure. Time takes its own toll. Time is sometimes an equalizer, time is sometimes a differentiator. And as I said earlier, all of us are individual and unique. The society has given some constraint. So some of us come out of it earlier, some of us have to realize it, and some of them, we have to make them realize it. But our motto should be to make the gap lesser and lesser at each opportunity such that we come to a common platform and get a better life, not only for us, the poor men who have been working for so long. Really, really. Yes. As I said, there are few abuses. There is a movie, I don't know whether you have seen it again, Invictus. It's about Nelson Mandela, the South African president, who assumes the office of South African presidentship, and then he'll call the all-white football team of South Africa. And he'll tell them, your victory is my victory and the country's victory. Because there was a lot of misgivings between the brown people and the white people. The white people were suspecting that what will happen to them since they have allegedly perpetrated so much of cruelty to the brown people. What will happen to them? What will be the fate that will hang before them? So Mandela will say, your victory sends a bigger message. I want to be the president for all the people of South Africa. You are an all-white team. I nurture you in such a manner that your nurturing gives a message to the remaining of your population. In victory, let me be great. Because I have won. I have won my battle. I have come out of prison. I am enjoying freedom. Then I should not make others a slave. I know the price of freedom. I should in the year 1995 as the second DSP of the state. I remember the days when I start at 7 o'clock from my house in a vehicle and come back in the evening at 10, 11, and then only I can go for my easing. I cannot have a place to ease or sit and drive, eat. That's how we have worked. And we understood that it's a difficulty and we accepted it. Later when we grew up, we started giving voices. We need our own facilities, refreshing rooms, space for women. We are coming out, we need it. And we are building. Gradually things are coming. We are now 28% of women in Tamil Nadu police. There is always a thought process going on. In all the manner, we are getting integrated. So when we are in victors, in the victory state, let us think that men are also equally different, unique, bad, good. I shall be fortifying my capacities to meet anybody across me. It could be a man, it could be a woman. There could be a deficiency, there could be a capacity. If we have to do a job, let me get equipped such that I can do with that person. Man or woman, what is more important? Job. I may be physically strong. The person across me could be a man and still need not be strong. Possible. It is possible. What is the job in front of me? What are the capacities required? Let us go according to that. Let us not see whether it is a man or a woman. Build your team irrespective of man or woman. But if a question comes to whether I should take the woman or a man, what should I do? Go for a woman at least for a few more years so that she gets some more opportunities. She comes out. You have to think for ourselves. Whether they think for themselves or not, I'm not sure. But we have to think for ourselves. That is what is called as networking. Ensure that we are supporting each other. We can be confident in one another. Then only we can grow up. If we can form a network, then the network will naturally permeate into the society, into the family. It will uplift our values. If only you have network, you can do more things. If you can do more things, you can earn more. If you earn more, grip. Get them. That's what is happening to them. Networking means accepting, tolerating, being patient, getting your work done. Whoever may be the other person is more important for you guys in the sector because we are in an organized sector. We have a different organized means a system. You guys, you will be going into more fluid systems. Though you are in a system, you will be going to more fluid systems. If I go from here to another state, I bring up to that officer and I'll tell that I'm coming, please make these arrangements. Whereas you have to make your own arrangements, go to some meeting, and you have to come out like that. So systems vary, but capacities and capabilities must be built by us. We have to have our clarity. So I'll request you all to come to clarity first. Realize who you are. Have freedom of yourself from yourself. That's a basic freedom. I don't know how many of us achieve. Freedom comes only when you can accept your limitations. And say that I'm not doing this because I'm not interested in it. At least polish up is only now. And then you know your strength and step in such a direction that you can grow in that and you can excel in that. And you have a pathway. So have clarity, then you get your freedom. Then you make your choices. Where is my strength? Where is my opportunity? Then you go for the chance. You take the challenge. So these 3 C's should be there. Have clarity, make a choice, take a chance, meet the challenge. That's chance and challenge are one and the same. Then only you will have your independent victory as well as freedom for the women also. We are enjoying it. Let us realize, relish, and ensure that it extends to one and all. I think I'm done with this message. We now move for Q&A.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question. How I.P.S?
Why
Yes.
How why?
I've been in the National Cadet Corps, NCC. Had an attraction for the uniform, and I didn't know the small difficulties inside this. After coming over, there were only small difficulties, so I don't think I made any wrong choice. Actually, everybody would like to go into the civil services, which is a natural choice. My father works in the revenue department. I've seen good number of I.A.S. officers who were in close quarters in the area, so I thought that this is a good service to enter, right? So I thought I'll enter for civil services. I got inspired, if that's a word I should use. And when I landed in the police job, of course I didn't have much thought because I didn't know about the difficulties. I was very young, I should say audaciously courageous person. Maybe I didn't understand the value of it. Now I understand that why I didn't think twice before joining. When it came, I was happy. Uniform, all of them. So it was such simple as that. But once I came into the system, I realized that we are few in number and you have to find your own way and path. So that was very natural for me, I should say. Yes, ma'am.
If not I.P.S, what you would have become?
I think I would have drifted into teaching because I have done my chemistry PG. I like my chemistry teacher. Otherwise, I would have gone into Tamil, which is the other option. I had a passion for Tamil, so I would have become a teacher in either of this, but I would have gone into some sort of working. I don't think I would have sat at home. I seem to have a little bit more of energy than to sit at home. People also would have thought this is difficult to have her, let us push her on. So I would have ended up somewhere, but that was the other alternative. But till you thought about it, I have not. It happened because, I would tell you that also. Like after finishing my PG, I didn't want my father to support for my preparation. So I joined as a PG assistant in a private school. I was working and preparing. That's why I told it as a choice. But I was thinking about only this choice, and I had a little bit more of confidence also, I should say. Yes.
How do you manage home and work?
Work-life balance, as I said, we are better than the guys. Being a woman, I'm very proud I have better work-life balance. But I would say, identifying support systems, either by yourself or from your immediate family, is very, very much required for women, because still this lazy men are not taking care of the family. And biologically and by nature, as per genes being carried out, you can see that we are more attached to the children also. But the governments and institutions have come out with, I think, more than 1 year of maternity leave and all. After that, what happens needs to be thought about this. We have to make a choice in that, and as I said to you, that is where motherhood is made as a weapon against us. See, if a man is into trouble, then he can get into trouble at any time, you know. But for us, people know when we will go on maternity leave. Well announced. Oh, pregnant, in the city, in the masam galia. It happens. So it's not a joke, I'm telling you frankly. And the musical chair starts. You would be adept enough and you would have done very well. They think that you did very well because you were in that seat. It's not that. I was in that seat and I made the difference. But that was not thought about. So it is up to us to ensure that our professional achievements are always speaking for us than we speaking for ourselves. And ensure that our knowledge bank widens. Don't keep out of knowledge bank for any reason. See, the men read the newspapers. You don't read the newspapers. The men listen to the news. They invest very well. They are financially literate. We are not. We earn. We are looking for. I don't know about banking sector. I'm sorry. Maybe you are well read in that. In general, in other sectors and especially with us, we look upon a man to make the investment choices. That should not happen to us. We should have our own goals, our own system of planning. I don't mean that be independent and individual. I think that be inclusive. Put your plans, have the capacity to plan for your finance, your future. Have the capacity, have the thought process. Yeah. Some of them are, yeah, let me wait, let me see what happens, whether they are going to give me promotion. No, that's not the case. See to it that we work and we become indispensable when the promotions are considered and not at their mercy. Once promoted, if some money comes, what do I do with it? I'm not going to wait for my brother or husband to tell about it. And I make proper choices, and that choice includes not only me, also my family. And ensure that my husband or brother or father, they include me. They should not include me just because I'm a woman, I have to be married off with so many jewels, blah, 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 all that. No, that should not happen. I'm an individual. I've got a passion. Suddenly I may like to go to a flying club, then they should be capable of affording, or I should be capable of affording. And if I'm trying to become a pilot as a passion, and if my brother is thinking about doing his PG for his employment, which should get the priority? For my brother, let me give him. Let him repay me after 5 years, because this is only my passion. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling that you leave it, you go for it. No, that never happens. If it happens, it becomes difficult for both the parties. They are not including us in their thought. They are trying to brush us aside. I'll tell you one thing more. Again, I have to go into crowd. I'll try to avoid it. I'll go for a social space. Say, for example, if a man gets his promotion, he has to go to Bangalore from here. What happens? The family follows. Duty mom. Child goes, wife goes, no second choice, thought process, nothing. If the women gets transferred, what happens? Earthquake. Yes?
Quit your job, search for a real job.
That's what earthquake. எல்லாமே அதிர்ந்துரும். எப்படி நீ இப்படி கேர்லெஸ்ஸா இருக்க? ஃபாலோ பண்ணிருக்க வேண்டாமா? இங்கேயே வாங்கிருக்க வேண்டாமா? ஏன் நாம அந்த ஊருக்கு போக கூடாதா? இன்னொரு ஊர் பார்க்க கூடாதா? Okay, that is it. But what I'm trying to say is, your job and your career are seen as a privilege. Whereas for them it is seen as mandate. அவன் வேலைக்கு போகணும், பார்க்கணும், உனக்கு என்ன? That we should not have. Mothers and mother-in-laws say that, brush them aside. But as a choice, don't get yourself brushed for that. If I'm doing this, what am I getting it? For some reason, sometimes you have to forego things. It should not be happening just because he cannot move. It should be happening because children are there or somebody elderly is there. They have to be supported. The family has to be rooted here. When the man can go lock, stock, barrel, then I should also be capable of going lock, stock, barrel. You come, follow me. Come behind me. The thought process, yeah. So it need not be that we are given job and economic freedom as a privilege. It is also a value. I'll give you an extreme situation. Say, for example, Queen Elizabeth again. She has got a lot of money. She doesn't want to do a job. Can she be? No, she has to, because she is paid for that in the manner of lifestyle. But if there is a woman who gets some investments and she wants to resign, she wants to go on a world tour, what should happen? Is her profession more important? If she is capable of managing her finance, let her go. You would have seen more male Samyas, right? Walking on the road. Have you seen female Samyarinis walking on the road? Why? You're not bodily protected. You're not economically protected. You're not independent. You cannot do that. Such a simple thing, yeah. அப்படியே ரொம்ப சீரியஸ் ஆயிடாதீங்க. But this is the truth. What I am saying, this is the truth. அதுக்கே லாய்க்கு இல்லை. Then how do I assert myself? So don't allow yourself to be brushed aside in the family. See to it that when you have a career plan, or you have a financial choice, it is rebutted or neutralized only with valid reasons and not because you are a. That's the only thing I'm saying. Always argument should be there, not even argument, discussions. Thrashing out should happen. But it should not be ending at the point that you are a woman, so let us take a decision. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Ma'am, I would like to highlight a statement in the journey. You stated Thenmozhi is a police officer, not a women police officer. When did you realize, we know the incident or...
இது எங்க சொல்லிருக்கு?
You were told that in the competitive world, and that's the uniqueness with us. We will not look it up as a woman, as a police officer always.
Yeah. See, when I am in this position, there are two demands. As an officer means that I can be male or I can be female, but I am an officer. There are two unique situations where I have to be a woman and an officer. Say, for example, we are going to look at a victim of women. Then it should be an officer and a woman. That is only where I should feel I am a woman. Or when booking a room. That's all. When they book a room, don't put me with a fellow IG who is a male officer. That's the only excuse. Because we cannot tolerate. Otherwise, in all capabilities, legal knowledge, thought process, decision making, leadership qualities, I'm an officer. Leave me at that. That process comes when every person around me will try to say, and the lady police, lady police. It happens. The moment I joined the force, it started. I'll go with a lighter wine if we have time.
In corollary, small thing. How did you handle the resentment of men around you when you went up?
That's right. There's a beautiful story which happened in my life, and funnily I could. That was my posting in the district of Thanjavur, where I met our friends around. Fresh DSP, good for nothing, doing nothing, very young. But one thing she was clear, I know everything. That's sort of a DSP. She was sitting and working in her office. There was some work on which she has to talk to DSP Pudukkottai. I was DSP Pattukottai. I had to talk to DSP Pudukkottai. Those days, this mobile phones are not there. I have to go through. So I told my camp clerk, Thambi, connect me to DSP Pudukkottai. There is a parallel line. The fellow will connect and then they will give us. I don't know how many of you have seen. So he called the other officer. That day I was a new DSP, so I know everybody other than me is a senior. So seniority matters, hierarchy matters. So I said to that boy, connect another kodru. Once the officer comes online, you give it to me. But my luck is that officer came directly on this line. The way he was telling, I understood that the DSP is online, so I picked up this line. My camp clerk was telling, enga DSP amma ungakitta pesanum. My DSP amma wants to talk to you. எதுக்கு உங்க டிஎஸ்பி அம்மா எங்கிட்ட பேசணும்? You understood? He thought that he's the wife of the DSP. And then he was saying, this fellow, he realized that I am on the line, parallel line. So he said, டிஎஸ்பியே அம்மா தான். என்னது பொம்பளையா? பொம்பளையா? ஆமாங்க சார். I came on line. இதுக்கு மேல அவர் ஏதாவது சொல்றாரு. அவருங்க சார், ஆமா சார், நான் லேடி ஆபீசர் தான். ரொம்ப பாலிஷா பொம்பளையாங்கிறத லேடி ஆபீசர். No problem in telling பொம்பளை. I'm a lady, so you can call me like that. And that was a day when I realized, yeah, these fellows have got so much of things. And when I started talking, he couldn't be normal. He got jittery. என்னம்மா வேணும் உங்களுக்கு? என்னம்மா ஃபோன் பண்ணீங்க? Sir, you have to give me some time. I have to come and take your statement like that. Okay, ma, நீங்க எப்போ வேணா வாங்கம்மா. Thanks, ma. And the officers around you, your teammates, especially the immediate core around you, no, they'll be giving you marks. பழைய ஐயா எப்படி இருந்தாரு, இந்த அம்மா எப்படி இருக்கிறாரு, on the scale of sympathy, empathy, honesty, professionalism, leadership, எல்லாத்துக்கும் கோட் பண்ணுவாங்க. 50, 40, தேராது. And I had one officer who told me, அம்மா நான் உங்களுக்கு, I worked in that place for quite a long time. When I got promoted and came out, the young officer who was all through with me for 7 years, he came and then he was talking and he said, "Amma, na ungitta oru unma othukku. Hope you understand. All of you understand Tamil." Is there anybody who doesn't understand Tamil?
No, only people who are watching from the branches.
Oh, okay. I'll go mostly in English. So that officer who has worked along with me for 7 years, he came and said I should confess something because police language confesses speed. So he said I should confess. I am in touch with him till now, and he is like my father in the profession. Though he is a younger junior officer, and we are fairly senior in rank, I call him. He taught me everything. As a junior colleague, he traveled with me. He tell this is good, this is bad, this is how it happened, this how it can be done. So I have great contact. Even today, I have visited all his family. But on that day, he said one thing. You know, Amma, what I did? Yes, what did you say? The day you joined, I looked at you. Then I said, hey, they have sent 145 kg hanger and shirt as DSP. But I was only very lean immediately after my training, police training. They have drained everything out of me. 45 kg. And more darker because I have completed my swimming and gone there. And I had a shirt which is uniform. So he said 45 kg and a hanger and a shirt. This is what he thought. We never thought that we could have such much of work and understanding. Because I've given him that freedom to express it on that day. The day I was leaving, he could relate to me and tell to me that this is what I thought about you and that's not happening. You have got a place in our minds and hearts. That's what he was telling us. So people do value. This doesn't happen only in police. It happens everywhere. Wherever you go, once you are a woman, people don't have any other work. So they start weighing you, remarking you, marking you. They do all sort of valuation without knowing that it is worthless and they are worthless. So value yourself. Yes, you are right in laughing. It is valueless. There's only one thing which I say. Basic freedom comes from yourself. Liberate yourself. They have some weightage, but give them their due weightage. Don't throw them away. Yes, you have kept me at 35. I prove that I am 75 or 95. That is the way to complete. Don't argue with them. How come you can talk like this to me? No. As I said to you, the spaces are different. That's one thing which I should say. Work-life balance. Don't talk emotionally in public space. Try to be the codified woman. Try. You will come. You will show your natural emotions at home. That's a place where you have to be. Here you have to be a leader, be a leader. You have to be a manager, be a manager. Why are you going to a woman? That you reserve for your home. That's the underlying statement for work-life balance. And at the workplace, everybody made me realize that, as I said, I am the second lady officer in the state. So I can understand that at that point of time, only 5 or 6 of us in the higher policing, but lower policing, SI, sub-inspector, they have come much ahead of us, 1972. So you can think about a constable or SI working in the field in the year 1972. For them, I am far better placed, I would say. My difficulties are lesser when compared to their difficulties. Even today, I would say that the others are getting a difficult life compared to us because we are in a system. I would say a housemaid. If there is a housemaid who is coming to your house, see to it that she is imbibed these values. Don't leave her behind. Treat her as a woman. Treat her as a woman. Don't treat her as, no, don't do anything like that. Give her due respect. If she is not educated, educate her. Education doesn't mean lettering and writing, no. Values, thought process. Give her a little bit, pesa the papa. If you're coming, don't talk about that. Talk about this, you can do like this. If you're good in your work, everybody will respect you. Learn to be professional. Teach her professionals in her sphere. Don't leave them to lag behind. That could be her work-life balance. I not only take care of my work-life balance, somebody else's. That point of giving away from you, that is what is networking. Networking doesn't mean networking and getting things done ourselves. Also from junior to us, junior colleagues, or whatever it is, wherever they are. If you come across it, Pukaramma, the one who vends your flowers, or one who gives you greens, the girl who comes and sweeps the house or whatever help. See to it that you are transmitting a little bit of this value of womanhood to them. I think I'm okay with it. I have answered your question.
Yes.
Every moment of it I have been made to realize. And every opportunity I tried my best to inform them that yes, I'm a woman and more an officer. Here my woman, being a woman doesn't matter. I'm an officer. That message you have to send correctly. Yes.
After coming into this profession, anywhere you have wished for something which you have missed and you're longing for it to do?
I don't think. See, I have got something many people would envy, to be frank. I have come to a better status which many others could not reach. So I think in this I would say capable and happy, not that content. I think I have to do a little bit more because I've been given such an opportunity. So my delivery should excel my opportunity. That's what I'm trying at each point. I don't miss anything in personal or whatever it is.
So proud, ma'am.
Ma'am, do you think that we still have gender biases at the leadership levels?
No doubt
And
about
are we
it.
better from what we were 10 years before?
Yes. We are better from yesterday to tomorrow. We are bettering each moment. Only thing is, we are not able to quantify, qualify, and put it on graphs and show it to us or enjoy. But be sure we are better compared to the days of what 30, 20, 40 years back. I'm really sure about it. See, the statistics itself says 40% of the women here are employed, shows that. Workforce here shows that they have kept confidence on us. Women has been welcomed into more and more spheres, more and more challenges. They have been accommodated into this social space because they are capable. Whoever has been our pioneers have done a good job. We should thank them for coming out in open, standing as pioneers and paving the way for us. So we are growing. Our duty is, widen this, see to it that we can push these boys out of the world. But as I said earlier, the value of freedom we should value. See to it that a man or a woman, let us nurture talent. Let us nurture the capacity which is required for the task at hand. Let us take them along, poor fellows. Though they try to push us to the background kitchens. I don't know whether you guys have read the book called Valgavilirundu Gangavari. It's written by Ragula Sangityayan. It's available in most of the languages, if I'm right. He talks about the society where women were the leaders. A woman will take a axe, spear, and she'll be leading a pack of 30-40 people. They'll be going for hunting together. She chooses her partners, he leads her life. She says, this man is my husband. He'll be assisting me in heading the clan. That's how this story starts. That civilization was in Volga. It slowly migrates down to the Ganges. And how the women who were the leaders were pushed into the kitchen would be amply demonstrated there. If you want to liberate yourself, please read, please take values for women from whatever you see, hear, perceive, eat, breathe, everything. Then only we will be able to contribute. Keep a thought process parallelly flowing for this. Wherever you are, you will think about your child. Am I correct? Yes? Son would have come, daughter would have come, she would have gone to tuition. This happens automatically. Like that, this also should happen. Okay, what is the take for women here? What is the take for women here? What is the take? It can be in home, it can be in public space, it can be in office. That will be the best thing to happen for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a beautiful session, a lot of insights. It's my privilege to give a vote of thanks and to spare your time in your busy schedule to come and give us your insights. It's been a good session. It has been, I would like to thank the organizers who have done it so well and the people who have come here to hear and giving, it has been an inclusive session and it has been really good. Thanks again to everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a small.
A small memento for you.
Ma'am, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
We will be having a photo session in the lobby.
Yes.
Please assemble there.
Yeah.
So please assemble near the reception for a photo session. I don't know how many of us will be able to fit in, but let's try.